Boy, eBay is a roller coaster, and I tell you what, people just never stop. They never seem to amaze me at how dumb they can be. And cars. I've got nothing but cars on the mind lately. Give me just a couple minutes. I'll get back to you once I get set up and show you what we sold, talk to you about a couple things, and get you some content. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Max. I am the fast-talking flipper. Angie is my better half, and she's the one that does all the behind-the-scenes stuff. She's not out here right now. She's actually out, I think, working on one of the cars. And that's one of the topics that I wanted to talk to you about because people have asked me, some of my friends who know me personally and have my Facebook page, they've asked me about the cars and what I do with all that stuff because it seems like a lot. And it is. So I made a video a couple days ago about eBay taking off again, and then it was instantly shut right back off. And we only did like 5 orders over the weekend, which is exceedingly painful. So thank goodness that I have all the car stuff. I still have this from the last video that I still need to ship out. You can see I pulled wiring out, but there was a wire that's underneath that I have to jack the car up and get to all that stuff. But my weekend sales were abysmal. Absolutely terrible. And we only did 4 items since Friday night for $207, which is not a good weekend. Not a good weekend at all. But I'll take it. I'll 100% take it because it's continuing to flow. We haven't really been listing. We've just been kind of ho-humming around. I'm not even going to lie. We haven't put a lot of hours in, so we haven't got a lot of hours out. And that's kind of, you okay there, Kovu? That's my little man. When you don't put time in, you don't get time out. It's not a magical machine that just makes, you know, your 1970s country records sell for fortunes. That's not how it happens. You have to put time in to get the time out, and we just haven't done it. 100% haven't done it. Last week, we might have listed maybe 20 things. Maybe. I think the highest we got back up to was like 750, and we're down to like 730 again. This is all, mostly, I should say, action figures, and we've been working through this. I sat down and listed 10 lots last night of just random action figures. What I do is I go and I set the guy up. I do a Google Lens, just like that. See if he's worth listing on his own. If he's not, I'll put him up to a lot and list a lot of action figures. This is all stuff that, you know, these are a couple bucks a piece, and it's not worth my time to list them on their own. I don't do that. I'll throw all those together once I get everything said and done and just do a lot for 10, 20 bucks. It just doesn't make any sense in my mind's eye. Other people do it, and I'm not saying that that's wrong, but in my mind's eye, to clog up a listing and have that space when I could just throw them and have somebody else deal with it. That's how I do that, but I got that bin for 20 bucks at a yard sale, I think, completely loaded with figures. And I think I listed about $100 worth of stuff last night, give or take. And there was some stuff in there that taught me some lessons. Battle Beasts. I'll have Angie do magical editing and show you the Battle Beasts that we listed. 2 little guys like this big for 20 bucks, I think. So I learned about those, and in the process, now I know what to look for because there's some Battle Beasts out there that sell for hundreds of dollars, and I had never heard of them before, even though I know, you know, 80s toys pretty well. I had never seen those before, so I thought that that was interesting that those are out there. And, you know, in this market, in Cincinnati specifically, where Kenner was, there's some stuff out there that's just unbelievable that you can find all over the place, because I once sold a 3 3/4 inch figure for $10,000. I'm spitting on myself again. It's too early for that. I once sold it for $10,000. So it's unbelievable what you can see. But let me pull my orders here and we'll get to that. Baldurs Gate sold for $24.99. This is the disc only. PS2. That's a good game to get and sell if you can find it complete. I think it's up here. PS2 demos, that's not what it is. Let me see what it said, where it's at. Oh, 6. Not 1, 6. If I'd listen, if I'd look, I would have found it. Maybe this guy? Maybe that guy? What do you think? Stark Alliance 2. I was just looking for Baldurs Gate. It's too early for this crap. It's too early for this crap. The next one I don't have out here, I can tell because of the number system on it. It says it's in BR, and that would have been back room of the music barn. So it's not out here. It's Rebecca Minkoff. Wow, we actually sold one of these. This is a tablet bag, and this came from, it sold for $19.99 plus shipping. It's going to be an easy shipper. It's not very big. This came from our reseller friend up in Lebanon, Indiana, that gave me an entire storage unit of stuff for free. All I had to do was go pick it up. It's a 2-hour drive there, 2-hour drive back. Took me about an hour to load it all up. Gave it to me for free, and we've made, I don't know, several $100s off that unit. It's been a lot of work, and we donated thousands and thousands of dollars to Goodwill and our local animal rescue. So we were able to give back to the community as well, and get that taken care of. The next item, another one that I don't have here also, but it's a pair, Nike Rival S, these funky shoes, $17.99 plus shipping. I think they we got those from a rummage sale for $1. So $17.99 for $1. Kovu, why don't you just go lay down, buddy? He's so excited. He's just like, that little man guy, so cute. How do you guys keep your floors clean? Like, I just swept in here. I mean, I literally just swept. My problem is, like, outside the door, all that is kind of funky and not really, covered in grass. I think I'm going to have to lay gravel there. I think we were talking about that. Go get a truckload of gravel and lay it right in front of the steps. That way I'm not tracking stuff in, because I just swept and my feet must be full of dirt from going out. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the shoes. Got them for $1 from the rummage sale. It says that they're in shoe rack 1, so that means that they're still in the music barn. We need to get that switched over. I haven't done that yet. The shoe rack is going to go back here. I still need to, haven't messed with anything here. We need to paint these. And I'm going to put the shoe rack where that blue tarp is, and then I need to get my lights up. You can see I got the stuff here. I need to get all this stuff out of here. Find it, it's home. The tarp is still here because I need to paint through here, and I hate painting, so I've been neglecting that. But these are the shelves that I built for DVDs and games. I might build a second layer over top of them. I wanted to see how these were going to work out, and obviously they filled up a lot quicker than we thought. And we're down. We're really, really, really down on games right now. So I think that I'm going to have to build more, and I don't want to, because they weren't fun to build. There was a lot of time. It took a couple hours to build these. You would think it would go quicker, but it didn't, and I don't know why. Maybe because I was having some rummy treats when I did it. I don't know, but it is what it is. So that's that. The last thing that sold came from my videography buyout. Gave $5,000 for a bunch of videography equipment, and this is a large light. I am not looking forward to shipping this, and yeah, you'll see why. There you go. I got to take that thing apart and figure out a way to ship it, and the only size box I have that I think will fit is a 18-14-10. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Come on, buddy, little man. So that's gonna be fun to ship. Come on, in. Come on, we're not trying to heat the outside. This little heater doesn't work that well. Okay, you want to go outside? He said it is nice out, Dad. I'm gonna stay out here in the sun. So we'll let him stay out there in the sun. Hopefully he doesn't get picked up by a hawk. That's what everybody's scared about. Franken boxing some stuff together. I gotta ship this sway bar to a buddy out in Pennsylvania. So I'm working on a box there. Got sidetracked. So it's what happens. I sold a DVD over the weekend. This ticked me off, and I don't block people very often, but I blocked this guy because it just, good Lord. I sold a DVD over the weekend. $9.99, $8.99, $8.99 shipped. And I was going to put it in a bubble mailer, just like this, Grams and Pops. I was going to put it in a bubble mailer and ship it off. Before the guy bought it, he sends me a message and says, hey, can you get me more pictures? There's a picture of the front and the back with the top included. Says, I like more pictures. And I write him back and say, what do you want pictures of? Like, is there something specific? Whenever somebody asks for pictures, I always ask, what do you want pictures of? Because that means they're looking for something. And if they're looking for something, I want to make sure that I get the picture of it that they want. So I asked him. And he just said, I just want more pictures. And I said, well, of what specifically? Because there's pictures in the listing. And he replies back, I want one of the top with the white label on it, the sealed label. And are you going to come inside, buddy? Is he going to come inside? Are you just excited? He's been excited all morning. I don't know why. And of course I said, okay, well, we can do that. And I took a picture off of the listing actually off the listing that was already there, and I just screenshotted it and I sent it to him. And he's like, okay, great. And then like 3 hours later, he bought it. Okay, cool. I just knew it was going to be a problem. I knew it was going to be a problem. And like 2 hours later, he sends me a message. Oh, this isn't the Blu-ray. I need to cancel the order. And I'm like, okay, here we go. This guy, what in the world? Why would he do that? So I look up why he thought that this was the Blu-ray, and come to find out that that was a rare Blu-ray. It's a Monster, the one with Charlize Theron and Nicole Richie in it. Richie, however you say her last name. Yeah, it had those two in it from, I think the movie's from like 2004 or something along those lines. It's an older movie. It's, nearly 20 years old. It's a low print Blu-ray, and I don't think it's going to be re-released on Blu-ray. It's kind of like Dogma, how that'll probably never be re-released on Blu-ray because of legal stuff. So it's worth $20-30 on Blu-ray, and he would got it, and that's plus shipping. So you're looking at a $25 DVD if you can find it. But he was like, I need to cancel it. And I was like, well, it's 10. This was last night. It was 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. There's no way to cancel it from the app. If you've used the app and you're aware of it, there's no way to cancel it. So I told him, you'll have to cancel it on your end. And knowing full well that he can't, but whatever. I wasn't about to come out here at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night and cancel this guy's order. I said, you need to cancel it on your end and figure it out, buddy. And he just kept demanding that I cancel it at 10 p.m. on a Sunday night. So I took screenshots and I said, look, man, there's no way for me to cancel it on the app. There's a way, if you Google it, you can backdoor your way through and get to a way within the app, but there is no way to click on the order and cancel it through the order that I can find. Maybe you guys can educate me on this one, but I couldn't find it. So he sends me a link, and I go through and I cancel the thing, and he just continues. And I'm like, dude, I'm done with you. It's still 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. I don't care that you're in California. It's only 7 p.m. for you. It doesn't matter. This isn't how customer service works. I'm not spending this much time on an $8.99 DVD. Get over yourself. I'll get to it when I get to it. And I ended up blocking him. And that's just like par for the course, because if you remember one of my past videos, I ranted about how people lately have just been demanding for what they get and wasting of my time, and it's just, it's been disgusting. So yeah, tell me some of your horror stories. I'd like to hear those. And the other thing that I've been doing, we did sell a few car parts in person, had a set of seats, 2 sets of seats, sell over the weekend for $700. So that's where, having multiple pokers in the fire, little man, what are you running around for? What are you running around for? Had 2 sets of seats sell for $700. Can't complain one bit there. Had a bunch of other little stuff, $50 and $100 items sell. I picked this up over the weekend. This is a, unfortunately it popped timing on it. That's one of the things that kills these cars, is the timing chain will pop. I didn't see that. That's a shame. That is an absolute crying shame, because this bumper is hard to find. This bumper, as you can see, is much different than that bumper. That's the base model. This being the turbo model, so it looks a little bit more aggressive. They're supposed to be a grill. You've seen me sell these grills. I've got plenty of them, so I'm going to keep a grill and put it in this bumper. This car will supply the parts for this car. Unfortunately, with the motor bad, I don't know that I'll be able to do anything, but things like this hood is different than, or the grill is different than that grill. So I'll be able to swap that over. Actually, I'm probably going to take the whole hood, because that hood is pretty trashed. And this has some rare options. I gave $500 for this guy. $500, no title. Long story, but the guy owed money on the car. So the car lot is in Florida, and they're not going to come back up to Ohio to get it. But that computer in there in the dash is worth more than what I paid for the entire car. These wheels, $500 easily for these wheels. The seats, there's a rare seat in here. This is the little stuff that it took me years to figure out. If you notice, these 2 seats match. Typically what you find is that you have this seat, and then you have a normal run-of-the-mill seat over there that doesn't match this one, and that's called GMPP, General Motors Performance Parts, the GMPP seat. So we got that. $500. It'll make us some decent money. The other one that I got, I've had these for a while, but I just got this one back. I use a buddy up in Troy, Ohio that knows these things in and out. I just don't have time. I can fix these things. I don't have the time to do it. So this one I bought like 30 minutes down the road from him. It had some issues. It wasn't running right. I took it to him. He fixed it. It cost me, I think, 400 bucks. 400 bucks to get it fixed, and now it's a running, driving car. The interior was trashed. Good Lord, it was trashed. We're working on putting, you know, panels and stuff back together. It didn't have a headliner in it when I got it, so we put a headliner in it, put sun visors in, all that stuff. And we're working on, you know, cleaning it up. The next step is actually cleaning the body. It's pretty gross, pretty disgusting. You can see that cats and stuff have been walking all over it. It's scratched and dented and dinged and whatever, but it exists, and it's a complete car. I just put these headlights in yesterday because the stock headlights that were in it were completely fogged over and it looked terrible, so I put these on. We'll get this thing cleaned up. It came with a spare motor. It actually came with this motor right here and a transmission. It came with that transmission right there. This motor by itself will sell for about $1,200 to $1,500. The supercharger that's on it, the supercharger kit, I'll sell that for 800 bucks. I usually get $800 out of the kit, so that somebody with a base model car with a 2.2, not a 2.0, can supercharge the car. The transmission I'll sell for 500 bucks, and that's on the low end. I sell them for 1,500 if they're good. I don't know that that one's good. He didn't know if it was good, the guy I got it from. So I'll sell it for 500 as a I don't know kind of deal. This car, the car will probably list for 4,500, give or take, and maybe a little bit less. I got to put suspension on it. I know it's going to need suspension, and I got to address the tires, but it should sell, I'm guessing 38 to 42, somewhere in there, once I put suspension on it and clean it up and get it, you know, looking decent. And total investment so far, we're into it for 2,400. 2,000 for the car, 400 to get it fixed, and that'll be done. You can see I sold some parts over here off of the yellow one. I need to take my tag off there. The yellow one sold the trunk, sold the tail lights. That was 180 bucks for the trunk and the tail lights. That was the stuff that sold over the weekend. You know, just little things that trickle out that you're like, well, I didn't think that would be worth anything, but it turns out it is. I've got a deposit on the turbo kit, so I got to pull this all out. Got to pull the whole motor out and get that going. We've got a deposit on the turbo kit. Guy wants it, $2,000 plus shipping. It's going to go to Vermont. He actually lives in Canada, but he has a friend in Vermont. You know what the deal is. You know how they work that stuff. So that was a deal over the weekend. Finally starting to get some traction after posting this thing, and it taken forever to get some decent people to actually comment that didn't sound like, you know, like crazies. So that's what I've got. It's been a busy weekend. Nothing yet has sold off that thing, which is surprising because I posted it last week, but I knew it was going to be long tail. It was one of those things where you just put the money into it and you hang on to it for a while, and you know, it just keeps inventory in your system. See, here's the problem. Yeah, look at that. Good Lord. These are my yard shoes, so they're gross. But if you don't kick them off, man, how do you guys keep it clean? I don't get it. I don't get it. It seems like that's all we do is sweep in here. I need to put I need a floor mat or something. I don't know. I gotta find something, because that's just, it gets gross. I think maybe a little iRobot vacuum or Roomba. Yeah, Roomba. They make the ones that, we were looking at those. They make ones that actually sweep and mop, but they're 500 bucks. And I don't know that I might just sweep and mop every day instead. So anyway, tell me what you think. Let me know what you want to see. We're getting dangerously close to 100. Really shocked. I had a big influx last week of a lot of new people. So if you're new here and you came in the week of the 17th, I don't know what the dates were that whole week, but if you came in on the week of the 17th, thank you for showing up. Thank you for sticking around. Comment down below. Remember to like, share, subscribe, do all those crazy things. And until we make a new video, I will see you on the next one.